Hey everyone, I wanted to go over the new and exciting news that we have for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, because as it turns out, as part of the third free title update, we ended up getting two brand new monsters added into Master Rank that we simply had no idea about. And that is the fact that Apex Mitsuzune and Apex Rathalos have now finally made their way into Master Rank mode. Remember that Apex monsters, simply put, were not part of Master Rank at the beginning of Sunbreak, and through these free title updates, Capcom has begun to add them into the game. Originally, we had access to Apex Arzuros and Apex Rathian in the early first free title updates, and it took quite a while for Capcom to go ahead and add the second batch of these Apex monsters. Remember, there's 6 in total. We were missing Apex Mitsuzune, Apex Rathalos, Apex Diablos, and Apex Sonogur. And so far, we now have direct confirmation that Mitsuzune and Rathalos have finally made their way through the third free title update. So essentially what it turned out is that people started to notice that in the ecology page, this is something that you should be able to have access to in the monsters list, essentially for each one of the monsters you've ever encountered in the game. People started to notice that Apex Mitsuzune and Apex Rathalos known habitats had been updated. Originally, they just simply had 2 locations each. I believe Apex Mitsuzune had the Shrine Ruins, Frost Islands, and maybe even the Flooded Forest at the time. And meanwhile, Apex Rathalos simply had the Shrine Ruins and the Lava Cavern. Well, it turns out that after the third free title update, now the Citadel is also a known location for Apex Rathalos appearances. And for Apex Mitsuzune, the jungle is now a known location habitat as well for it. So these 2 new areas, they simply just ended up being somewhere that they could now appear. Soon after that, people started to notice that, of course, through Anomaly Investigation Quest level 120 plus, you had a chance to be able to see an Apex Mitsuzune appear as the 2nd or 3rd monster in your any given random RNG based quest. So I'm going to be showing you some of those examples right there, or just some of the quests that people have come across, like a level 121 Bezelgeuse quest with an Apex Mitsuzune as the 2nd hunted monster. There's another example of a level 146 quest with an afflicted Gormagala as the main target, but of course an Apex Mitsuzune monster as the 2nd one and a Nargacuga as the 3rd one. We also have another quick example of a level 124 quest where you hunting a afflicted normal Mitsuzune, but of course the 2nd one, it turns out to be just a Master Rank Apex Mitsuzune. And when it turns out, when it comes to Apex Rathalos, what we ended up finding out is that after level 181, Anomaly Investigation 181, you're going to be able to start seeing Apex Rathalos Master Rank appear in your Anomaly Investigations as a 2nd or 3rd monster. Now this one, we ended up confirming it through a couple of Japanese users who were already basically making their way into level 200 Anomaly quest a few days after the update. And one of the examples that we have here is that we have an Apex Furious Rajang level 195 quest, and the 2nd target monster, it turns out to simply be, of course, Apex Rathalos. So while so far both of these 2 brand new Apex versions of these Master Rank monsters have now made it their way into the game, do keep in mind that Apex Rathalos is most likely going to take you quite a while to come across, since you're going to have to grind some Anomaly Investigation levels to be able to get to it. And for those wondering essentially what is going on with Apex Diablos and Apex Sonogur, when you take a closer look at the known habitats for either one, for Apex Diablos, the Sandy Plains is still just the only place where it could actually appear. So essentially it doesn't necessarily seem like it's going to be part of this third free title update as maybe a later unlock, maybe a full hard cap level 200 Anomaly Investigation unlock. That doesn't necessarily seem to be the case. And for Apex Sonogur, the Shrine Ruins and Flooded Forest are still the only locations where it appears. So for now, it doesn't necessarily seem like either Apex Diablos or Apex Sonogur are part of this specific free title update. Of course, the speculation has always been that they would add them through pairs as part of the second and third one, but it turns out that on the third one we ended up getting the second pairing. So if I had to put a guess in, now that we know that we're going to get 5 total free title updates, most likely probably around the last one, the 5th one, Apex Diablos and Apex Snuck finally make their way into Master Rank. With that said though, it also makes me wonder if they would even be considering raising the level cap of anomaly investigations, since we do know that level cap will remain at 200 at the very least for right now. The data mines haven't necessarily changed in that regard, but since they are going to be adding 2 more monsters appearing in anomaly investigations, maybe they will have to consider raising that, or maybe adding an even extra difficulty tier to those anomaly investigations. Of course, that's just speculation right now. We're not necessarily too sure, but it turns out like there's probably going to be another difficulty level in that regard, or a couple of new levels added in through anomaly investigations, as obviously more Apex monsters are still pending to make their way into Master Rank as part of these anomaly investigations. So that's pretty much where we are right now. Finally, 2 more Apex monsters made their way into the roster. I did notice that in the patch notes originally it did mention that more monsters would be making their way through appearing in anomaly investigations. A lot of us expected there to be the full batch of all 4 of them being added in, the 4 ones that were missing, but of course it just turned out to be just 2 more. So maybe a hint would be that keep your eyes peeled for the next set of patch notes for the next free title update, and perhaps that is one way we end up finding out when Apex Diablos and Snuck make their way into the game. But as of right now, it just simply seems like, you know, it's just not happening. Now, of course, we still don't necessarily have any sort of target quest for Apex Mitsuzune or Apex Rathalos as a Master Rank monster. None of the Master Rank monsters simply have a target quest, as in an individual quest where you could just go hunt it alone and nothing else. We just simply do not have that. Every single time that they appear is through an anomaly investigation quest, and they are the second or third monster. They are not the target monster at all. A lot of people have still wondered why they don't have any armor drops. You know, you cannot craft any specific armor tied to Apexes or weapons or anything like that. They are just treated as just a normal version of those monsters when it comes to gear and weapons, which is a little bit of a shame, since, you know, even in that regard, I guess Arisen monsters also don't have, you know, anything extra other than the fact that they have a brand new armor set. So there is a little bit of a mistreatment to Apexes still after all this time. But that's about all the information that I have for you guys today. If you are brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. And as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.